Falcons. Welcome back to class again, kind of, because it's not actually class. That's okay. Anyways, we are going to be learning about how to find the area of shapes today. So I need you to go and grab your math journal, looks like this, because you'll be taking some notes. Please pause the video and get your journal now. Our notes on area today are in Cornell note format. So make sure you drew the line down the left-hand side, the line across the top for the title section, and the line across the top for the essential question. EQ stands for essential question. Our essential question is, why is it important to measure perimeter and area? We will be answering that question at the end of these notes. The first part of the notes is, what is it? So what is area? Well, area is the amount of space used in a shape. So really that's kind of the inside of the shape. I'm going to show you exactly what that means in the next part of the notes, because the next part of the notes says, what does it mean? Well, it means that area is the space inside a shape. So when we're talking about area, it's different from perimeter. Perimeter is the outside edge of the shape. Area is the inside. So something I like to do with my class each year for area and perimeter is we kind of do chants, but this one's not really a chant. It's just something to do with your hands to help you remember the difference between perimeter and area. So we make a rectangle with our fingers. So it's two L's. One of them goes sideways on the top. The other one you turn towards you and put on the bottom. So that's a rectangle there. What I like to do is hold it out in front of me and I say per-em-e-ter. Right? Per-em-e-ter. So you do each finger, per-em-e-ter. So I know it's the outside edge. And then I bring it up to my face and I go, area, inside the shape. So per-em-e-ter, outside the shape. Area, inside the shape. Now you might feel weird doing that, but just do it. It doesn't matter. No one's watching you. Everyone's watching me, but no one's watching you. Forget about it. All right. The next part of the notes is, how do I find area? Finding area is pretty easy. It's very different from finding perimeter. Okay, so please pay close attention. Finding area is just length times width. Now, I put a little 2 at the top of area. The reason for that is you're multiplying two things. We call that squared. So it's area is length times width. Your answer for area is going to be squared. That's why I put that there. That's a way to tell the difference when you have a number that's a perimeter and one that's an area. A perimeter is not squared because you're just adding everything. Area is squared because you're multiplying two numbers. So length times width, what exactly does that mean? Well, this is what it looks like. So if I have a square, the length could be across the bottom, the width could be going up the top. If I have a rectangle, the length could be the long side and the width is the short side. Maybe your shape is flipped, like this one. Well, then your length could be this side, your width could be this side. It doesn't matter how the shape is flipped. Width is one side, length is the other. So if I'm looking at this shape, it's diagonal. I could say that width is this side and length is this side. You would not say that length and width are these sides because those are the same. These are both the width sides. These are both the length sides. And if you look at a square, all the sides are the same, right? But you still say length, width. So one side is a width, one side is the length. let's take a second to look at this essential question. Essential questions are meant to open our minds more and really push them into the real world. So our essential question is, why is it important to measure perimeter and area? Well, remember, perimeter is the distance around a shape. Area is the space that the shape takes up. So it's how much space is used inside that shape. Think about it. Perimeter is the distance around. So that would be like a fence that borders a backyard, or the fence that goes around our elementary school garden. Area could be the dirt you have to put in the planter box of the garden. It could be how much paint you have to use for a wall of your bedroom. So think about it again. What do you think are some things you could use perimeter and area for in the real world? So first of all, we need to restate the question. So I've restated my question. It's now time to answer the question. I would say, because you need to use them to complete real world projects. This is where you need to add on. Think about it. Write one more sentence in your essential question answer. And then we're moving on to examples. I've written the equation for area at the top. So we have area, and again, every time you have an answer for area, it's squared. That's why I put that there. Area squared equals length times width. So I know what I have to do. That's my plan. So length is 4 miles and width is 15 miles. I could have said it the other way too. I could have said the length is 15 miles and the width is 4 miles. It's however you want to look at it. You're just taking one side and multiplying it by the other side. So I'm going to do my work on the side. 15 times 4. 4 times 5 is 20. My 0 down, regroup my 2. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. So my answer is 60 miles, but I have to remember this is area squared. Another way to write this is 60 square miles, or 60 miles squared. Any of those answers is correct. Example number 2. It is a rectangle that's kind of on a diagonal tilt. Doesn't matter, still a rectangle. So I know I have to do length times width, so I choose which one I want to be my length. Let's do 19. 19 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters. Piece of cake. You need to solve it. Figure it out. All right, I think you got it. I'm going to show you just in case. 6 times 9 is 54. I write my 4, regroup the 5. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 is 11. And I say it's centimeters, but there's something I'm missing. That's right, squared. This is area, squared. So my answer would be 114 centimeters squared. And you can write it in word form like this, 60 square miles, 60 miles squared. So you could write 114 square centimeters or 114 centimeters squared. You can do that too. All right, let's take a look at example number 3. I'm going to give you a minute to figure it out. Figure it out. This is a square. That means all the sides are the same. It doesn't matter which side you pick for length or width because they're all 25 meters. Oh man, this is going to be a tough multiplication problem. 25 multiplied by 25. Whew, here we go. 5 times 5 is 25. It's kind of funny. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Okay, here's the tricky part. Put a 0 in the ones place, because we are done with the ones place. I cross out the ones. I cross out anything I regrouped. We're starting fresh with the tens place. Now that I have a 0 here, I can move on to the tens. 2 times 5 is 10. Regroup. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. And I'm adding it all together. 5 plus 0 is 5. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 5 is 6. All right, 625. But what is this? Cats, dogs, light bulbs? I don't know. Look back at your problem. 25 meters. So I'm going to write an M for meters. Wonderful. Is there something I'm missing? Oh, it's like I can hear you. Yes, squared. We're doing area, so it's squared. So my answer would be 625 meters squared. Wow, you've learned a lot today. Can't believe you. You're such a professional mathematician now. Next is your assignment. Area password. Hey, this looks familiar. Yes, you're right. It's just like your perimeter assignment. This time you're finding the area. Find the area or missing sides of the shapes below. Use the key at the bottom of the page to find the password. Write the password in the blanks at the bottom of the page. Correct password equals 2 extra credit points. So you have numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1 through 4 are just finding the area. And then 5 and 6 are finding the missing side. Really think about it. It gives you one side and the area. And then when you're done, you use your answers in order to find the password. That is it. I believe in you, Falcons. You have got this.